counting of the Omer, and then we'll talk about energy conservation. So please join with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who sanctifies us with mitzvot, commanding us in the counting of the Omer. And we announce the day of the Omer first in Hebrew. Hayom echad ushloshim yom shehem arba'a shavua ushlosha yamim la'omer, which means that today is 31 days, which corresponds to 4 weeks and 3 days of the Omer. So we're focusing this week on energy conservation, and today I want to talk a little bit about where water fits into all that. Water is, our topic for this week is Shemesh V'Ruach, and thinking about renewable sources of energy. So it's not, we don't necessarily get energy from water, but water conservation is a huge part of our energy usage and how we think about just how it all fits together, because it requires energy to move water, to treat the water in your home, to heat the water. And so like all of these things use energy. And so to the extent that we can think about reducing waste of water and reusing water, which I'm going to talk about in a second, that also can potentially have a really big impact on energy. I'm excited because I live in Linwood, and for Earth Day, the city of Linwood was offering for a very reasonable price the purchase of a rain barrel. So we just picked up our rain barrel a few days ago, and we're excited to get that installed on one side of our house so that we can collect rainwater to use for gardening. So that's one way right there, especially here in the Pacific Northwest. Have a rain barrel, collect the rainwater, use that for gardening. Then you don't have to, use water from the hose or whatever. And another thing that we're doing that I am excited about, but I, in all honesty, know very little about. Noah's the expert. He's done all the research, but we're going to be installing on the other side of our house, we're going to be installing a cistern to use as a gray water system. And essentially, if I'm getting it right, and he'll correct me if I'm wrong, one of you can correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that the cistern also collects rainwater from the other gutters, and it's set up to use that water for things like our toilets. I think Noah said we're going to have it run to our toilets, our laundry, and maybe our dishwasher. I forget. I think there was one other thing. So anyway, the idea is that gray water refers to water that's not like fresh out of our tap, but is still totally usable, still clean, as long as, I think the main thing is that it can't have any fecal matter. Gross, but true. So I'm excited to get that set up as well. And I'm sure once it's set up, I'll know more about it and can tell you more about it. But those are two things that we're doing that I'm really excited about. And I want to share a resource from one of our green team members, Jane. Shout out to Jane. If you are interested in learning, there's so much you can learn online. She suggested, because she has a connection to the Environmental Protection Agency, but if you go to their website, epa.gov/watersense, so epa.gov/watersense, there are tons and tons of articles and resources, things that you can do in your home that will make a difference. A cistern is a big commitment. That's something that we're excited to do. I understand not everybody can do that or wants to do that. Rain barrel is easier. And there are also tons of other things that you can do in your house that do make a really big difference, not just for water as a resource, which also water is a precious resource, but also thinking about conserving energy. So if you have things related to water that you like to do, drop it in the chat. Would love to hear your tips, share with others, and we'll see you